I'm Claire and this is my vlog, Loves Red Sews. Welcome back if you are an existing subscriber and welcome if you are new. So today is my weekly Sunday Sews catch up, and today I am filming this on Saturday and I've been to the Creative Craft Show at the NEC in Birmingham. So I'm gonna talk about that today and just let you know what I've been up to. I've got Ralphie sat down here by my side. I'm not sure if he's gonna jump up or not, but I think because I've been out for a bit today, he's wanting a little bit of attention. So before I start, I'm just going to show you what I'm wearing. So this is actually a new make that I've got on. I'm just going to stand back and show you, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. So this is a Bertha cardigan from Tilly and the Buttons, and this is from her book Make It Simple, and it is a really simple make. And to be honest, I don't know why I've not made this cardigan before. So I've made it in this really lovely magenta colour, and I had this fabric in my stash. I have used this sweatshirt fabric on another project, and I've got Ralphie here, look, he's trying to play with his toy. I have used this sweatshirt in actually for a sweatshirt which I colour blocked with some other fabrics, and I had a bit left over and it was basically just enough to make this Bertha cardigan. I've done the option without the pockets on this, and that is purely because if I show you the inside, this fabric, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, it's really fleecy inside, and this is actually really thick. So I bought this fabric from First for Fabrics, and I think it's actually called thick sweatshirting on their website, and it is really thick. So when you do the pockets, you have to cut 4 pockets. So it's kind of basically, I think they're self-lined, and I think this fabric would have been far too thick to do the pockets on, basically. So I'll probably make another one of these cardigans, because this is a really nice kind of throw on, easy cardigan, and if I make it in a thinner fabric, I would probably put the pockets on that, but it just wouldn't work on this. And then underneath I am wearing a Adrienne blouse in this really lightweight kind of viscose jersey. It's quite drapey, but I think the colours just go really well. And I have to say, I've got these earrings in today, which are from Jazz and Wow. I don't really talk about earrings much on here, but I do have quite a lot of earrings mainly from Jazz and Wow, Sapphire Frills and Ivy and Ginger, but these ones are from Jazz and Wow, and I couldn't believe how well they matched with both of these items. So I've put those on with that today, and then I'm just wearing a pair of ready-to-wear jeans today. That was purely for comfort, so I'm actually going to leave that cardigan off while I talk to yeah, so that is what I am wearing today. So this is a nice lightweight top for the show that I went to today. So as I mentioned, I went to the Creative Craft Show at the NEC in Birmingham. Now this is a show, I don't always go to this one, but I quite fancied it, and I knew Sister Mantaka were there today, and there was a specific fabric that I wanted to get from her. So I did purchase a ticket to go, and then I actually won 2 tickets from Becky's sewing studio, and unfortunately I'd already purchased my ticket, so my mum ended up coming with me today, and also a lady called Jo on Instagram who is Loves Jo Handmade, and she had my other ticket, so the 3 of us went to the show together today. So it's a really nice show actually. So it's not very far from where I live. I'm based in Rugby in Warwickshire, and it's quite easy to get to for me on the train. The quickest train I can get there was around 25 minutes, which is really easy. And then the train comes into Birmingham International, which is where the NEC is, and you basically come out of the station and you're kind of already in the NEC. So it's a little bit of a walk from the station, but it's all inside already, so you automatically come into the centre. and the sewing sort of show is kind of like the other end, so it's probably about 15-minute walk or so to get from the station there. So we decided to go a little bit later today, and so we got the train at 11:15, which got us there just after I think it was about 11:36 or something we arrived. And then so we were in the show sort of just before 12 really, and we kind of wanted to go a little bit later because we knew that the afternoon normally gets a little bit quieter and the mornings are normally quite manic there, especially at the weekend. So that was kind of our thinking, and it actually did really work out really well. When we first arrived, it was really busy, and the venue was really hot as well. I mean, even with this top on, I know it's got long sleeves and it's quite a fine fabric, but I was absolutely baking. It was a really good idea to go a bit later, because kind of after lunch, I think probably from around 2 p.m, it suddenly kind of emptied out and went really quiet, and we had a lot more space to walk around and get to some of the stands and stuff without lots of like other people around the stands. So that was really nice. I will pop in a few sort of pictures and stuff as I'm chatting. I mean, this show is a kind of a mixture of lots of different crafts, so it's not specifically just sewing, and there was about 4 shows on actually, which our ticket would have got us into, but 2 of them were to do with cake making and baking and stuff like that, which we weren't really interested in. And then the other part of the show was kind of simply Christmas, I think. And to be honest, we didn't go in that bit at all. We were there probably about 4 hours, and that was enough for the bit that we kind of spent in. So yeah, as I said, there was quite a lot of different crafts and stuff on display. So there was a lot of stalls that we kind of walked past, things that we weren't necessarily interested in. A lot of like especially card making stuff. There seemed to be quite a lot of that there. There was quite a lot of wool stalls, like selling wool and things like that. I don't knit or crochet, so I don't really have any interest in that, but there was a lot of other kind of general craft stores, but there were a few fabric stores there. There weren't a lot of the big hitters there, so the likes of, you know, Fabric Godmother and stuff that you see at the shows down in London, none of those were there. I mean, even M. Rosenberg's, who are Stitch Fabrics, they weren't at this show either today. But there were still quite a few places there, and I did end up making a few purchases today, so I will just share some of the bits and pieces that I've bought today, and I will just kind of like pop little photos and things in of our day, and yeah, hopefully you'll sort of you've enjoyed and will enjoy hearing all about it and some of the bits and pieces that I picked up. So first of all, I think I will share some of the sort of smaller haberdashery type bits and pieces, and then I did actually buy a couple of fabrics, so I will share those with you as well. So I did actually have a little bit of a list. I don't think I actually got very much on my list, to be honest. I am looking for some double-faced wool, and I have been looking for some probably for the past month, and I've not really been able to find anything specifically that I want at the moment, but I'd really like to make the Kaya coat by Bella Loves Patterns, which I'll pop a picture of in here, and this coat is specifically for double-faced wool, so I have been looking for that and a couple of the other shows and stuff that I've been to, but I've not really found anything suitable for it, and I unfortunately didn't find anything today at this show, so I will be continuing my search for that. But yeah, I will share a few of the little bits that I did buy so that you can kind of see and also get a little feel for what the show is all about. So first of all, this is not really overly sewing related, but there was a stall that had a lot of like cross stitch and things like that on it, and I did actually pick up, it's only small, it's just this little thing. It was this was £8, but it's actually a Christmas decoration, so you get it as a full kit, and I don't know if you can see, you've just got your sort of little sort of Ada type stuff here, but I think this is actually made of plastic, and then you get your beads and all the threads, and to make this little Christmas decoration, and I thought that was really cute, and I actually saw these made up on the stall, and obviously I picked the red one. I really liked the colours and stuff in that. I'm quite traditional with Christmas. I love kind of like red, green and gold kind of colours for Christmas. I always have. So I thought that might be a nice little thing to make up to put on the tree this year. So I picked that up on the same store, quite random, but they had some nail files and I bought this one because if you don't already know, and you probably do by seeing all these little bits and pieces dotted around, but I love pandas, so I couldn't resist this little nail file. So they came from the same store. And then there was a little store called the Quilted Bear that have a lot of like haberdashery bits and pieces, and I just picked up a little pair of snips. These are a little animal print. They were only £3.99 and I quite liked those, and it's always quite handy to have a little pair of snips by the by your sewing machine, and I quite liked the design on that. And then I got this little item here. There you go, you can see a little face on it, and it actually is a magnet. So this actually sits on your sewing machine and it's like a seam guide. So if you need to, you know, if you've got like you're doing 1/2 inch seam or like 5/8 seam, you can actually place that on the plate of your sewing machine, and being magnetic it will kind of stick on the plate, and then it will keep your seam line for you. But that was just £1 from the same stall as this, so I just picked up those two little bits. And then we went to Becky's sewing studio. Now I know she's been at a few of these shows before, but I've never seen her before. Never been to her stall before, so I was really keen to go. And Becky is also who I got won the free tickets from, so I wanted to go and obviously say thank you and have a look at her stall. Now she's got a really lovely stall. I will put some pictures in, and also had a photo taken with Becky today, which was really nice. But I did pick up a few little bits from her stall. So first of all, I got this, which is just, there were some pencils. Now it was a pack of 4 pencils, and they have like sewing, little kind of sewing words on them. And there was also a pink and a purple. I think one of them said or Stitcher or something, and I can't remember what the other one said now, but I gave 2 to my mum, and then I had the other 2, so we kind of shared. So these were £5 for 4 pencils, and they're just standard, they're just kind of standard pencils, like kind of normal lead pencils. But I just quite liked the fact they had like the sewing writing on them, and they've got the little rubbers on the end. But they will be quite good for like when I'm tracing patterns and stuff. And that is like Becky's little logo there. So she loves like animal print, so she's got a lot of like haberdashery and little gift bits and pieces, and a lot of them have that sort of animal print theme on them, which is really nice. And she's also got a selection of labels. So I've got so many labels, but I can never resist them. So I did actually buy a couple of packets of her labels. So the first ones I got are these, and I have actually got some of them out to show you. So you get 8 labels, and these have just got like different colour hearts on them. So there's 8 in total, and you get two of each colour, and then on the back it just says me made. And I just thought they were quite nice because I thought you can kind of try and match them in with some of your projects. So that was the first little pack, and then the other little pack I got were these ones, and the labels inside this one look like this. So they're kind of multicolour, and they just say handmade, and then the back of them is just plain. But I thought they were just a little bit different. I've not seen labels with these sort of colours and stuff on before, so I picked up those. And then she also makes a lot of her own buttons, and she had quite a lot of different ones for sale. They're all like laser cut acrylic buttons, so I picked up 2 packs of them, and the first ones I've got are these, and I just really like the colours in these, this kind of bright coral with the blue and the mustard. So I got those ones, and then I really like the colours in these, and so I picked up these ones with the blues in them. So yeah, they were the bits that I got from her. I didn't buy any fabric from her, just those kind of haberdashery bits. And then the next place I got something from is, so this company is called Thimbles, Fabrics and Crafts. They had quite a big stall there, and they have a lot of like haberdashery bits and sort of lots of accessories, but a lot of bag making stuff as well. So they are based in Leicestershire. I think they're actually in Leicester. That is their address at the bottom, and obviously I will link their website below in case you want to go and have a look. But I just picked up 2 fat quarters, which are these. So these are a poly wool, as you can see, £3.50. So I just got 2 of the same. And I kind of had a thought that these would be good for some kind of bag making. What I really liked, I like the black and white, so I think it will go with a lot of things, and I quite like this kind of star type shape on it. And I think that would either make quite a nice panel on a bag, or possibly even make the bag out of this. I do have some plain black kind of twill left that I'm used for my Harrelson bag, and I kind of thought maybe this along with that might make a nice bag. And I don't know if you can see, I'll just bring it a little bit closer. It does actually have a little bit of glitter in there as well. You can probably just see it catching the light. So there's a very slight sort of bit of shimmer in that, but I thought that was really nice. And I'd kind of love a coat actually in that sort of fabric. So I mean, if I could find a double face wool a bit like that, that would be really nice. But yeah, I think they'll just kind of go into my sort of bag making stash, and then I'll have a little think about what sort of bag to make with that. But yeah, they were for that. And then onto the fabrics. Oh no, I did actually get a pattern actually, so I will just share that one with you first. So this is a So Different pattern. To be honest, I hadn't planned to get a pattern, but we spent a bit of time at this stand looking at the different patterns and things, and we actually tried a few of the garments on. So at the Knitting and Stitching show, I actually bought the long line coat, which I shared in my previous vlog, and they actually had a couple of those coats on the stand, so I tried them on just so that I could get a feel for what the sizing is like. So I'll pop in a photo. So there was one that was kind of plain in colour, and I think that was sort of like the 10 to 12, but it was just it didn't really close very well across my bust. And then the other one I think might have been the 12 to 14 kind of sizing possibly, and that one was fitted a little bit better, although it did seem a little bit longer in length, and the sleeves were kind of a bit bigger. So I think maybe I would probably do a slight mixture of the 2 sizes. But while we were sort of trying on those, I noticed they had so Emma on the stand, she had a blouse on in this pattern that I bought. It's not particularly a blouse pattern, but this is it kind of made up, and what I liked was kind of like the collar detail was just a little bit different, and it actually looked really nice on. Now I did try the dress on, and the dress looked really nice, but when I put it on I wasn't sure. I think the fabric was probably just a little bit too thick for this, and it was quite, I mean, it is called a smock. This is the Riley smock dress, and I don't think it particularly did anything for me, but made up as the blouse that Emma had on, she had it in a much lighter fabric and it looked beautiful on. And I think the dress in a much lighter weight fabric, sort of like a nice floaty viscose, would look really nice in it. So I did decide to buy the dress. I think it was mainly the collar really that got me, and it's got these nice kind of billowy sleeves, which you can kind of see a bit here. This comes in a size 8 to 28, and I mean the one that I tried on didn't have the pockets on it. It shows pockets here on the front. I probably wouldn't put the pockets on. I'd probably make it so it's knee length, and in a sort of a drapey fabric, I think it would look quite nice. And I would actually quite like to kind of cut it off and make it as a blouse, because I think that would also work as Emma had it on, so I think that would be really nice. So I did pick up that pattern. And then the fabrics that I picked up, I actually got 4 today. I wasn't planning on buying too many. I went specifically to Sister Mintaka and I wanted to buy one of her fabrics. I ended up buying 2 fabrics from her, but the first fabric that I picked up was this, and this is from Higgs and Higgs, and hopefully you can kind of see the colour, because it's nighttime now here, so I don't have natural light coming in through the window. But this is a really nice burgundy colour denim. I'll just bring it a little bit closer so you can see the you can kind of see it a little bit better in the light. And I got 2 meters of this, so it was, I think this was about £13.99 a meter. And I'll probably be making a pair of jeans or trousers with this. I think it's got a little bit of, tiny little bit of stretch. No, it doesn't really have any stretch actually, but I just really liked the colour, so I picked that up. And then the next fabric I got was from Roy's Material World, and it was a piece of boucle. So it's this really nice teal colour, which I love. And I bought this basically with a view to make another kind of sweater vest, so like a sleeveless kind of vest. I've just recently bought a simplicity pattern that I've seen online that I'm just waiting for it to arrive this week, and it's a basically it's like there's 4 different versions I think of a sweater vest. I'll pop a picture of it in here, and I really like view B, and so I was thinking that I could make that with this. So I just bought 1 meter of this. It's quite wide, it's 150 wide, so there, I mean, this is folded up and there's plenty there, and this is really nice quality. So this was £15 a meter, so I just got 1 meter, and I think that colour is just really nice. And my sort of idea really there was then to make the sweater vest that you can kind of throw on over top of long sleeve tops or over the top of a dress, and I just think that would be really nice in the winter, so I got that. And then after that we went to Sister Mintaka, and there was 2 fabrics that I liked from her, but I was really undecided which one to get. I didn't want to get both of them, but I was sort of thinking, well, if it turns out that I couldn't decide, then I may possibly get both of them. And what I wanted to do was actually hold the fabrics up against me and then see which ones actually looked nicer. Now, one of the fabrics that I had in mind that I wanted to look at, when I held it up, it didn't really do anything for me, the colours and stuff, so I didn't actually get that fabric at all. It wasn't really for me in the end, but one of the fabrics I did get was this absolutely beautiful, and it's this. So let me try and open it out a little bit so that you can try and get an idea of all the pattern and colours and stuff on it. So she has been selling this fabric for a little while on her website, and as you can see, it's got lots of different sort of designs and colours, and it's all the bright kind of jewel colours. So if I just, is that the right way up? No, now I've ended up with it upside down now. Just trying to get it the right way up. Yeah, so that's so this is, it's kind of like a satin material, but it's like an Eco-Vero satin, and yeah, it's just got all the bright sort of jewel colours, and it's got these like animals in, there's like a cockatoo, there's all sorts of different things on this, and yeah, I just love it. I just love all the colours in it. and the fabric is just absolutely stunning. So I decided to get 2 meters of this because I thought either a skirt or a top I think would be best. Something like a skirt, maybe like the Saturday skirt from the Saturday skirt set would be really nice, or even the Maeve skirt, because then I think you could kind of wear any colour sort of top, so maybe either a naivety, a Whitcomb top, or you know, some kind of jumper, a long sleeve top, and then with the vest top of this boucle over the top of it, because you've got sort of pops of this teal colour in here. You know, any colour really would go with that. And yeah, so I'm kind of thinking that a skirt would be really good in this. I mean, the Saturday skirt, I've made a couple of those now quite recently, and it hasn't really got any kind of seam lines that would break this pattern up, so it would be pretty perfect for this. So I think I'm kind of heading towards that for this particular fabric. These fabrics aren't overly cheap. They're kind of £16 a metre, so I didn't want to buy a huge amounts of them, because I did end up buying 2 fabrics from her. So I bought 2 meters of that, and then the other fabric that I bought from her I'd not seen before, but it's basically a new fabric she had on her stand. I think she had a couple of different fabrics, and so obviously I didn't go there particularly to purchase this because I didn't know it existed until I turned up today and saw it. And when I saw it, I just couldn't resist it. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to try and get it up the right way before I show you, so that you can see it. But it is this fabric here. So this is obviously all tones of blue, and I think the blue colours really go with, kind of brings out the colour of my eyes basically. But I just love all the blue tones in it, the black background, and then this kind of moon and stars on it as well. It's just absolutely beautiful. Now this is actually another kind of satin, and you can kind of see the satin in the light, hopefully. Just try and show you a little bit up close. But this is also an Ecovero satin, and it's just absolutely beautiful. There was a lady on the stand with a dress on. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. C Davis is her Instagram handle. And she had a dress, she had the Hope dress on in this, and it was absolutely beautiful. But I bought 2 meters of this also. It's the same price as the other one, and I kind of thought maybe a really nice blouse with this, or you know, a blouse or a shirt or something, and that would be really nice kind of in the winter. So yeah, I ended up going for this. Actually, all 3 of us, me, my mum and Joe, all bought a piece of this, because it was just absolutely stunning. It just looked beautiful made up into a garment, and the fabric quality, I mean, as you can see, it's got such a nice amount of drape, and it's completely opaque. So, well, actually you can very slightly see through it, but I think that's because I'm holding it up against the light. But when you've got it kind of against you, but you can see it's just got this really nice kind of drape, and yeah, it's just beautiful. So I couldn't resist that stunning fabric. And yeah, they are all of my purchases. So I did actually spend quite a bit of money today. I wasn't expecting to. And I didn't, to be honest, I didn't really go with a budget in mind, but I think I spent more than I had sort of thought I would. But yeah, it was really nice. Saw a few people. So when we went to the So Different stand, Sam, who is So Let Sparkle with Sam, was working there. She's been there, I think, for the last few days. So I had a picture taken with Sam. I'll pop that in here. And that was really lovely to see her and Emma. They were both working on the So Different stand. And then obviously some of the other places that we sort of saw and I mentioned, and hopefully I will have popped a few different photos and stuff in so that you can kind of get a feel for some of the bits and pieces were at the show. But yeah, it was really nice. We got the train home about 4:30, so I was home by about 5. So it wasn't too bad. I think we were at the show probably about 4 hours, which to be honest was plenty long enough today, being that it was quite warm there and quite busy at certain parts of it. I was quite glad to get home, to be honest. And you can probably tell by looking at me, I am a little bit tired now. I'm filming this, it is about 6:45 now. So I'm going to get this uploaded and edited and hopefully get this vlog out for you to watch tomorrow, and have that all ready in the morning. Oh yeah, when I was at one of the stands, what stand was it? Oh, Fabrics Galore. So Fabrics Galore were there, and they had some really lovely fabrics actually. I didn't buy anything from them today, but I was really tempted by a couple of fabrics. But Jo was buying a couple of things from them, so while she was doing that, we were just kind of hovering. And this lady came over to me. I think she said her name was Shirley, so I apologise if I get that wrong. She did tell me her name, and I've got a really bad memory, so if I don't write things down, they kind of come in my head and go out again. And I'm not very good at retaining a lot of information, so I'm really sorry if I've got that name wrong, but I'm sure she said her name was Shirley. But she told me that she watches my vlogs, and she specifically came over to say hello, so that was really nice. That's not happened to me before, so that was really nice, and really nice to hear that she watches. So if you're watching now, hello Shirley, it was lovely to meet you. And I hope you also had a good day and you got some good purchases and stuff today. So yeah, otherwise I think I will sign off here. I'll get my video all kind of edited and uploaded ready, and then that'll be ready hopefully tomorrow for you to watch. And I hope you have enjoyed hearing all about my day and what I've been up to. I'm trying to think my sort of up and coming sewing plans. I'm not really sure. I've been so busy this sort of past month. I've literally had a sewing event on every month, and next weekend I don't think I have anything on at all, and I'm really quite looking forward to having a nice quiet weekend. So I'm going to have a little think this week about what I want to sew up. I have been playing around with the Thea pattern again, because I have made a pair of these, and the size I picked weren't right, and I had to reduce them quite considerably. So I've had a little bit of a play around with the pattern this week, and I have kind of reduced the sizing down a little bit. So I would like to have a go at cutting another pair of those out. I might possibly do that tomorrow. I've got some nice fabric from Higgs and Higgs. I'll show you quickly because it's just behind the camera. So but it's this, so it's the same fabric as I bought today from Higgs and Higgs, but it's in this kind of toffee colourway. I just thought when I bought this, I thought it was just a little bit different, and I've probably got a few different tops and stuff that will go with this, but I wanted to kind of try the new sizing that I've kind of messed around with on the pattern, and try and cut them out of this and see if they work a little bit better. So I might have a go at possibly cutting those out tomorrow with that. So yeah, but otherwise I don't know what other plans I will have this week. I may kind of chop and change. I have all these sort of ideas of things I want to make, and I always have plans, and then quite often I will deviate away. It all depends on how I feel really. So sometimes I'm just I might just get something in my head or have an idea of something I want to make, and I will just do that, and it's kind of deviates completely away from my original plans. So yeah, that may or may not happen, but we'll see. So I hope you've enjoyed watching my vlog today, and I shall catch up with you again next week. But I hope you have a good week and you get some good sewing in, and I shall speak to you again soon. Thank you for watching, and see you later. Bye.